Hi guys, today we are going to talk about the design pattern, which is called the template method design pattern. So on this book, Programming in the Large with Design Patterns, chapter 11, the author is Burris. It introduced this design pattern, and inside we can see there are two examples. A tomato and pumpkin plantation process. As we can see, both of them is similar plantation processes, and they only have a little bit difference. The first process is dig a hole and plant the seeds. Well, of course, for tomatoes we would put tomato seeds, and the pumpkin seeds would be planted inside. After that, the tomato would need to be mulched during the warm weather, but the pumpkin doesn't need mulch. On the other hand, pumpkin needs extra pruning compared to tomatoes after defrost. So, if we write codes for both tomato and pumpkin separately, it means there will be some duplicate codes. So to avoid these repetitions, this design pattern is introduced. It would simplify the algorithms, which would extract the common codes and put them in an abstract class. And of course, we can put the common processes inside this abstract class. And for those which are invariant for both tomatoes and pumpkins, we can just use abstract method. And after that, we can write two separate class for tomato and pumpkins respectively. And inside both class, the separate or their own methods would be implemented inside. The code implementations of template method design pattern. I need to mention that all this code comes from the book introduced in front of this video. For details, please check this book. So firstly, let's take a look at the vegetable class. So this class combines all common features of both tomato and pumpkin. So, as we mentioned in front, both tomato and pumpkin is digging hole, plant seeds. And the difference is tomato needs mulch and pumpkin needs prune. Both of them need water. So, what we need to do is find the similarities of both vegetables and put them together inside the vegetable class. So, firstly, Guru method, dig a hole and water. These three are similar for both tomato and pumpkin. So we write them in general method, and for the subclass of vegetables, they can choose to override or ignore this method. Secondly, we have abstract method, plant seeds, which means both tomato and pumpkin need this process, but both would implement them in different ways, because tomato would plant tomato seed, pumpkin needs to put pumpkin seed. So we set them as abstract, meaning tomato and pumpkin need to this method. Lastly, we have two general methods with the empty body. So the subclass tomato and pumpkin can choose to override or ignore these two, because tomato need mulch, but pumpkin doesn't. It just need pruning. Lastly, we have a final invariant method called is4, which is used for checking the weather or the temperature. This one is fixed and invariant, and it can be used in the subclasses. So for tomato class, it overrides plant seeds method, also mulch. But for pumpkin, it overrides plant seeds and pruning. Then in the main method, we tried to run both tomato and pumpkin here. Alright, so to sum up, the template method design pattern can help us to extract the common features of different classes and combine them together and making them become an abstract class. Depending on their specific requirements, we write 4 different kinds of methods: general methods with bodies, and general methods without bodies. For this one, the subclass can choose to implement or not, override or not. So, sub-abstract methods. Lastly, invariant final method. This design pattern had largely improved efficiency and avoid repetition with the code. So that's it for today. Thank you.